Christian Dior, Natal-to-Navamsha analysis with Mercury as Atmakaraka. Ascendant, Libra to Capricorn. Christian Dior's life path began with the balance-seeking, aesthetically driven nature of Libra and transitioned into the disciplined, ambition-oriented influence of Capricorn in Navamsha. In his natal chart, Libra granted Dior a strong appreciation for beauty, harmony and refinement, qualities that defined his early career in the world of fashion. As his ascendant shifted to Capricorn in Navamsha, his focus shifted to responsibility, long-term success, and achieving recognition through hard work and persistence. His challenge was to balance his artistic sensibilities with the need for structure and practical success in his career, transforming from an artist to a business mogul. Sun, Capricorn 4th house, to Pisces, 3rd house. The Sun in Capricorn in the 4th house in his natal chart indicated Dior's strong connection to his home and roots, as well as his desire to create something lasting and secure in his personal and professional life. Capricorn here gave him a serious, disciplined approach to building his career and his personal empire. In Navamsha, the Sun moved to Pisces in the 3rd house, where his leadership became more focused on communication, creativity, and expressing his vision to the world. His challenge was to balance the practical, disciplined nature of Capricorn with the imaginative, dreamy influence of Pisces, ensuring that his vision remained grounded while also embracing creativity. Moon, Aquarius, 5th house, to Aquarius, 2nd house. The Moon in Aquarius in the 5th house in Dior's natal chart indicated a need for intellectual stimulation and innovation in his creative work. His emotional fulfillment came from engaging with new ideas and experimenting with artistic forms. As the Moon remained in Aquarius but shifted to the 2nd house in Navamsha, his emotional security became tied to his wealth, values and resources. Dior's creative ideas were not just about innovation, but also about financial stability and building lasting value. His challenge was to find emotional balance between his need for innovation and his desire for material security. Saturn, Capricorn to Gemini 6th house. Saturn in Capricorn in the 4th house indicated Dior's early focus on responsibility, discipline and creating a secure foundation, particularly in his home and career. His approach to life was serious and practical, with an emphasis on long-term goals. In Navamsha, Saturn moved to Gemini in the 6th house, where his disciplined nature became focused on communication, adaptability and daily work. His challenge was to maintain the discipline and structure of Saturn while adapting to the fast-paced, intellectual demands of Gemini. Jupiter, Aquarius, to Gemini, 6th house. Jupiter in Aquarius in the 5th house indicated a philosophical and innovative approach to creativity. Dior's growth came through expanding his ideas and pushing boundaries in fashion. As Jupiter moved to Gemini in the 6th house in Navamsha, his growth shifted toward intellectual pursuits and daily routines. He likely found opportunities to grow through his work environment and interactions with others. The challenge here was to balance innovation with the need for routine and consistency in his day-to-day work. Mars, Aquarius, 5th house, to Sagittarius, 12th house. Mars in Aquarius in the 5th house suggested a strong drive for experimentation and innovation in Dior's creative work. He thrived in environments where he could challenge the status quo and push artistic boundaries. In Navamsha, Mars moved to Sagittarius in the 12th house, where his energy became focused on spiritual pursuits, foreign connections, and introspection. This placement suggests that Dior's later years may have involved a more inward focus, with his creative drive being directed toward higher philosophical or spiritual goals. The challenge was to balance his innovative energy with the need for inner peace and reflection. Mercury, Sagittarius 3rd house, to Sagittarius 12th house. Mercury as Dior's Atmakaraka in Sagittarius in both his natal and Navamsha charts indicated a strong intellectual drive toward communication, exploration, and philosophy. In the natal 3rd house, Mercury's influence emphasized his ability to communicate ideas, particularly in the realms of fashion, travel, and cultural exploration. As Mercury remained in Sagittarius but moved to the 12th house in Navamsha, his focus shifted toward more introspective, spiritual pursuits, possibly through foreign connections or hidden knowledge. Dior's soul's purpose, represented by Mercury, was to explore new ideas, communicate his vision, and ultimately seek wisdom and truth. His challenge was to balance this intellectual drive with his need for privacy and reflection. Venus, Scorpio to Aquarius, second house. Venus in Scorpio in the second house indicated Dior's intense and passionate approach to values, wealth, and personal possessions. He had a deep connection to the things he owned and the beauty he created, which he valued immensely. In Navamsha, Venus moved to Aquarius in the second house, where his approach to wealth and values became more unconventional and detached. This shift reflected his ability to innovate within the world of fashion while also building financial security. His challenge was to balance his intense attachment to beauty and material wealth with a need for intellectual and emotional freedom. Rahu, Virgo 12th house to Aquarius, second house. Rahu in Virgo in the 12th house indicated a desire to explore foreign lands, hidden knowledge, and spiritual realms, possibly leading to a fascination with the mysteries of life. In Navamsha, Rahu moved to Aquarius in the second house, where his focus shifted to unconventional ways of building wealth and resources. Dior's challenge was to embrace innovation in his financial dealings while maintaining a sense of grounding in his values. Ketu, Pisces, 6th house to Leo, 8th house. Ketu in Pisces in the 6th house indicated a detachment from routine work and a focus on more spiritual or creative pursuits. Dior may have struggled with the mundane aspects of life, preferring to focus on artistic or philosophical endeavors. In Navamsha, Ketu moved to Leo in the 8th house, where his focus shifted toward power, transformation, and shared resources. His challenge was to balance his need for independence and creativity with the demands of power dynamics and financial entanglements. Mercury as Atmakaraka. With Mercury as Atmakaraka, Christian Dior's life was guided profound intellectual curiosity and a need to communicate and share his vision, particularly through his work in fashion. Mercury's influence on Dior's soul's purpose emphasized his role as a communicator, someone who introduced new ideas and created innovative ways of expression. His creativity was not only artistic, but also intellectual, involving philosophical exploration and cultural exchange. The 12th house placement in Navamsha suggested that later in life, Dior's intellectual pursuits may have taken on a more introspective, spiritual tone, with an emphasis on foreign influences and hidden knowledge. His challenge was to balance his outward communication and creative innovation with his inner journey for wisdom and understanding.